to just spend a few moments sitting in silence. And I'm going to ask you to turn your palms upward, and then you have a choice. You can take your thumb, which represents your fire element, and you can draw it to your index finger, and your index finger represents your air element. So you can fire up the air element if you are looking to increase the amount of breath you have in your body. Maybe you've been noticing perhaps you have a little compromised breathing, maybe you have little lung issues. So touching your thumb to your index finger is firing up your air element. Or you can touch your thumb to your middle finger, which is your space or ether element. And that would help you to perhaps create some more space in your body. Maybe you're feeling tightness somewhere and you're looking for some more space. So you would use your thumb and your middle finger. If you chose to take your thumb and draw it to your ring finger, that is your earth element, helping you to feel grounded and stable. And lastly, if your thumb comes to your pinky finger, that represents the water element, and the water element is good for circulation. So you're firing up either your air, space, earth, or water, depending on what you want to work on psychologically. So close your eyes, draw your thumb to one of your other fingers, and just begin to slowly allow the thoughts and the activities of the day to kind of be pushed off your mat. You take this time to allow yourself to physically and mentally be right here and right now. And then perhaps you think a little bit about the elements. How fire represents oftentimes life, energy, vigor. What is it that you want to fire up? And then bring your hands together at your heart center. Your thumbs are resting on your chest. Your fingers are extended out toward the world. Gently press your hands into each other so that you start to feel the activation in your forearms, in your chest muscles. So nothing too crazy. You're just gently pressing your palms into each other. And then allow your chin to start to drop down toward your chest. So if you're someone who experiences tightness in their neck, or if you hold tension in your shoulders, as soon as you drop that chin, you might right away start to feel yourself creating some space in your cervical spine, in your neck. Or perhaps on your next exhale, you have to draw your chin in a little bit closer to your chest to notice anything. Or maybe you're lucky enough not to have any tightness in this area and it all feels hunky-dory. And then slowly begin to lift your chin. You can keep your eyes closed to heighten your senses. And let your right ear drop down toward your right shoulder. Inhale back to center. And as you exhale, let your left ear drop toward your left shoulder. Inhale back to center. And as you exhale, once again, tuck that chin toward your chest. Maybe you're increasing the range of motion in your neck. Take another nice big breath in. And as you exhale, slowly open your eyes. Follow your hands with your gaze as you raise your arms up over your head, reaching up as high as you can. And then you're going to interlace your fingers. You're going to turn your palms upward, reaching up even higher. And slowly come down to the right. And maybe that right hand gently draws on that left hand, deepening your side bend even a little bit more. Inhale back to center. And as you exhale, come down to the left, and that left hand draws on that right hand. Good. Inhale, lift one more time. As you exhale, come down to the right. Again, increasing your range of motion each time. Inhale, lift, and exhale, left. Inhale, lift, release your hands. As you exhale, fold forward. Relax your head, relax your shoulders, relax your belly, relax your chest. So you're in a seated forward bend. Maybe you notice the space that you're creating in your lower back as you creep your fingers a little bit further out. And then you're going to take another nice, big, full, deep breath in. And as you exhale, lift yourself up onto your hands and knees. So once you're on your hands and knees, look at your fingers. Make sure they're spread nice and wide. Your thumb and index finger look like the capital letter L. You're going to tuck your toes under. And right away, you're going to start to lift your hips, drop your head, drop your chest. Come up onto your tippy toes, pedal your feet out, bending one knee and then the other, shaking your booty a little bit. And then come up nice and high on your tippy toes, stay here. And allow yourself to release both of those heels all the way down. Inhale, tippy toes. As you exhale, rock yourself forward to plank. Hold yourself here for 2 more breaths. Big breath in. Exhale 1. Another big breath in. Exhale 2. Come down onto your knees. Flatten your feet. Extend your right leg out behind you. Your toes are pointed down toward the floor. Right? And that right big toe actually turns in a little bit. And then you're going to extend your left arm, trying to bring a sense of stillness to your body. Nice breath in. As you exhale, bring your knee and elbow to meet. Inhale, send it out. Now as you exhale, bring your leg out to the side, bring your arm out to the side. And then bring your leg behind you, bring your arm in front of you. And then knee and elbow come to meet. Inhale, extend. Exhale, swing that leg to the side, swing your arm out to the side. Bring your leg back, bring your arm back, knee to elbow. Again, inhale, extend. Exhale, swing open. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. And now as you exhale, your hand and your knee come to the mat. Sink yourself to child's pose. Stay here for a few breaths. Spreading your fingers nice and wide again. Lift yourself back up. And now moving on to the other side. That left leg comes out behind you. Toes point down a little bit. Right arm stretches out. Big breath in. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, send it out. As you exhale, arm and leg swing out to the side. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, swing that leg out to the side, arm out to the side. Arm and leg come straight out and behind you. And then knee and elbow meet. Inhale, extend. Exhale, swing open. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Last one. Inhale, extend. Exhale, swing open. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. And then release your hand. Release your knee. Bring your arms behind you. And let your shoulders relax. Let your chest relax. So that bird dog movement, that bringing your elbow and knee to each other, is a balance challenge, and it's also core work. Adding that swinging open of the leg and the arm increases the range of motion in your hip joint and in your shoulder joint. So just a little method to my madness. Bring your arms back out in front of you. Lift yourself to all fours, curl your toes. Once again, hips are high, heels are heavy, you're in your down dog. This time that right leg's gonna come up nice and high. Big breath in. As you exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, send it out. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, send it out. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, send it out. And as you exhale, your foot comes to the mat. And right away, that left leg comes up. Big breath in. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, send it out. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, send it out. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, send it out. And as you exhale, your foot comes to the floor and you slowly walk your feet to your hands to your feet. You bend your knees deeply. Your body's draped over your thighs. Your head is heavy. Your arms are relaxed. And you stay here for a few breaths. And then begin to slowly straighten your legs. Bring your hands to your shins. Look forward. And as you exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees. Drop your hips. Lift your arms. You're in chair pose. Now, because we're firing things up, we're going to add a little bit of movement to our chair pose. So you're going to take your right leg, step it out behind you. You're in a high lunge, right? So you want to make sure those left toes are kind of creeped up forward. You want to really be able to trust this left leg to support you. So Elif, move your left foot up a little bit further. Good. You're on the toes of that back foot. Nice breath in. As you exhale, we come back to our chair, hands together. And now, again, inhale, arms extend, left leg comes back. You're on the toes of that left foot, your tailbone's tucked under, that right leg is supportive. You press into that right foot and you bring your hands together. Good. This time, right leg comes back, arms come behind you. Big breath in. Exhale back to chair, hands together. Inhale, arms behind you, left leg comes back, lift that chest. And when you exhale, hands come together. So we're going to go through that whole thing again. Right leg back, arms in front of you. Feet together, hands together. Left leg back, arms extend. Feet together, hands together, Uttanasana chair pose. Nice breath in, arms behind you, right leg back. Hands together, feet together, chair pose. And then arms behind you, left leg back, chest is lifted. And when you exhale, hands together, feet together, you're back in your chair pose. And we're going to try to stay in our chair pose. So when you take the movement away, all of a sudden your chair pose might feel like a little bit of a resting pose. That might be an exaggeration. 3 more breaths. Big breath in. Exhale 1. Another big inhale. Exhale 2. 1 more big breath in. As you exhale, fold forward, your knees stay bent, your head is heavy, you drape your body over your thighs. And then start to straighten your legs, hands come to your shins, look forward. And as you exhale, you fold forward. Fingertips on the floor, Bend just your right knee. And then straighten it. Bend just your left knee. And straighten it. Bend your right knee. Float your left arm up into the air. Turn maybe and look to your left hand. Release your left hand down. Straighten your right leg. Bend your left knee. Float your right arm up into the air. Release your right hand down. Straighten both of your legs. Bring your hands to your shins. Look forward. And then as you exhale, fold forward. Step your right leg back into a lunge. We're going to try to stay here. And then you're going to try to transition. Can you bring your hands to your left thigh? And then can you bring your hands together at your heart center? Take your right elbow, bring it to the outside of your left thigh. Turn your belly, your ribs, your chest. Look toward your left shoulder. Look forward. Press into your left foot. Step your feet together. You're in your chair. And then you're going to stand up, reach up, stretch up, breathe up, open wide, fold forward. And then you're going to step that left leg back into a lunge. So you pause, right? You get that left foot nice and steady. You're on the toes of that left foot. Your whole right foot is supportive. Your right thigh's engaged. You lift your hands onto that right thigh. If and when that feels safe, hands come together, and then that left elbow comes to the outside of your right thigh, and you turn and look toward your right shoulder. And then you look forward. You're going to try to press into that right foot. Step your feet together. Stand up nice and tall. Open your arms wide. Fold forward. And lift yourself up a couple of inches so that your arms are dangling. And then start to make those big circles with your arms, loosening up those shoulder joints again. And reverse it, go around the other way. Hands come to your shins, look forward. And then keeping your back straight, lift yourself up to stand. Bring your hands to your heart center. Shift your weight into your right leg. Lift up your left foot and bring it behind you a little bit. So we're going to do our curtsies. You might want to, if curtsying is a little problematic, you can put your finger on a wall or on a table. We're going to try to bend down and then pressing into that right heel, lift yourself back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 2 more times. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Exhale, lift. That left knee comes up. You hold on to your left knee. Your right hand comes onto your hip. And then we're going to open up that left leg like a gate and close it. Open and close. One more time. Open and close. Hands come underneath that left thigh. You stretch your leg out in front of you. Try to circle your ankle around in a circle. And then reverse it, go around the other way. Holding your leg up. Maybe you release one arm, release the other. 2 breaths. Big breath in. Exhale 1. Big breath in. Exhale 2. Bend your knee. Foot to the floor, arms to your side. Roll your shoulders back, palms face forward. We're in Tadasana mountain pose. Check in with your breathing. Maybe you fired up that air and you're breathing pretty heavily. Maybe you need to fire up that sense of ether or space and create some more space in your belly and ribs to bring more breath in. And then open your eyes, bring your hands back together, sink back down in your chair. Bring your right foot behind you and then pressing into your left heel. You're going to stand and then you're going to curtsy. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Lift yourself up. Knee raises, right hand to that knee, left hand to your hip. And you open that leg out to the side. And then close. And open and close. Hold on underneath your thigh. Stretch your leg out in front of you, toes to your face. Circle that ankle around in a circle. And then go around the other way. And then maybe release one arm, release the other, 2 breaths. Big inhale. Exhale, 1. Another big breath in. Exhale, 2. Foot comes down. Sweep your arms up. Nice big breath in. As you exhale, fold forward completely. Let yourself hang down. Maybe a little bend in your knees so you can stick your tush up in the air. Create some space in that low back. And then fingertips come onto the floor. You're going to lower yourself down onto your knees. And you're going to stand on your knees. So we're going to stand on our knees. As soon as you stand on your knees, you kind of want to tuck your tailbone under, right? You don't want your butt sticking out too much. So you tuck your tailbone under. We're trying to keep our back as straight as possible. Your arms are going to come straight out. Take a nice breath in. And as you exhale, start leaning back. And then lift yourself back up. Slowly come back. You'd come back just to the point where you think like, okay, this is enough. I still feel safe, but I feel some effort in my thighs. Lift yourself up. Your core is working. And then again, inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift up. And last time, lower yourself down. Try to hold yourself here. So your arms are stretching out to kind of balance you. This is big quad work. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And then lift yourself back up. Take your right arm, sweep it behind you. Maybe it comes down toward your right heel. You can tuck your toe under. And then your left arm's going to come straight up in the air. And you're going to try to look to that left hand. Look forward. Lift your right arm back up. Flatten your right foot. Curl the toes of your left foot. Sweep your left hand behind you. Maybe you find your heel and you look up to your right hand. So we're doing modified versions of Ustrasana or camel. Look forward, reach your hand up, flatten both of your feet. And then both of your hands come behind you, rest on your low back, and slowly shift your hips forward. Just shifting your hips forward puts you in a back bend. If you squeeze your shoulder blades together and then look up, your back bend's getting even deeper. We're going to stay here for 3 breaths. Shift your hips back to a neutral position. Begin to bring your heels back toward your butt. Arms come behind you, shoulders release. You're in your child's pose. You can even open your knees a little bit, making room for your belly here. Slide your hands in front of you to steady you. Flop yourself down onto one of your hips. Swing your legs in front of you. So your legs are straight in front of you. Toes are pointing up to the ceiling or toward your face. Heels are pressing forward. You can move the flesh from your sits bones. You're trying to keep your back straight. Arms sweep up over your head. Your shoulders release. If you're kind of squeezing your thighs together, and if those toes are really pointing toward your face and your heels are pressing forward, your legs could be burning or shaking a little bit. Take a nice breath in. And as you exhale, come forward, 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 and hold. So you're not all the way down. You're just reaching your arms. I can see you. Take a nice breath in. And as you exhale, lift yourself back up. Nice breath in. Exhale, come forward, 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 forward. Reach a little bit further. So what are we doing? We're increasing our range of motion each time. And then lift yourself back up. And then last time, nice breath in. Exhale, forward, 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 forward. And now you hold on to something. Maybe it's your feet, maybe it's your ankles, but it's something. And then you take a nice breath in, you lift your chest. And as you exhale, bend your elbows, draw your chest closer to your feet. All right, so this isn't about my head coming to my thighs, it's about my chest coming to my feet. So nice breath in, straighten your arms. And as you exhale, bend your elbows, come a little further forward. Right, this is that we've been doing this the whole class, right? We repeat, we move a little further each time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, a little further forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, stay here, 3 breaths. Straighten your arms, slide your hands up your legs, bend your knees, and then open up your knees. Take your hands, slide them underneath your calves, hold on to your ankles. Take a big breath in, and once again, bring your chest forward, right? So it's like my chin and my chest are coming to my heels. My mouth's trying to come toward my toes. Lift yourself back up. Good. Hips are nice and open. Elif, you're gonna have no problem giving birth. Bring those knees together. Arms come straight out. Nice big breath in. As you exhale, come back a couple of inches and stay here. So I want you to come back far enough that you start to feel your abdominal muscles working. Your shoulders are relaxed. You're gonna lift up your right knee. Toes point to your face. Stretch that right heel forward. And then bring your knee in as far as you can, like it's coming toward your armpit. Inhale, press that heel forward. Exhale, that knee comes in. Again, inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale, exhale. Bring your hands under your thigh. You can sit up a little bit taller and then stretch that leg, hold it up. And try to walk your hands up to your ankle, lifting your back nice and straight. And stay here for a few breaths, really lengthening the whole back of that right leg. Bend your right knee, place your foot on the floor. Lean back a little bit again, arms are straight out. So all of this holding up our arms, this is arm work, just sneaking it in there. Lift up that left leg, toes to your face. Inhale, press that heel forward. Exhale, knee comes towards your armpit. Good. Inhale, press. Exhale in. This is hip rotation too, right? Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Hold on to that thigh. Lift yourself up. Straighten your leg. Walk your hands up your leg, holding onto your calf or your ankle. And you sit up nice and tall. Maybe every few breaths, you see if you can bring that leg a little closer to your body. Bend your knee, place your foot on the floor, bring your arms straight out, and now you can slowly lower yourself all the way down onto the mat. Once you're here, slide one of your hands, I don't care which one, underneath you so that your hand is resting on the floor right where that curve in your spine is. So we're going to do some pelvic tilts, but it's kind of a little bit more accessible to feel the pelvic tilt when you have your hand underneath you. So take a nice breath in. As you exhale, pull your belly button in. You press your low back into your hand, and you might notice how that pelvis is rocking upward. And then inhale, release. And as you exhale, you pull that belly button, your hand, your back presses into your hand. That whole pelvic bowl tilts up like if it were full of milk, it would be spilling. Inhale, release, your tailbone goes down toward the floor. And as you exhale, your belly pulls in your hand, your back presses into your hand. Inhale, release, and as you exhale, release your hand. So we're going to do a couple of those now without your hand there, so you might notice the movement a little bit more in your pelvis. Take a nice breath in. As you exhale, pull your belly button down. Notice how that pelvis tilts up. And then release. Big sip of air. Exhale, belly comes in, pelvic tilts. And then release. Two more. Nice breath in. Exhale, pull your belly in. So this is really increasing the range of motion through your hips. And release. It's also good for your lower back. It strengthens your core. One more nice big breath in. And as you exhale, pull that belly in, tuck your tailbone, right? You're tilting that pelvis. If we were doing this when we were standing up, we would look like, Beyonce dancing. So we're practicing lying down. Someday we'll take it to standing when we have our dance recital. And then release. Bring your right knee into your chest. Bring your left knee into your chest. Wrap your arms around your legs and rock yourself from side to side. And then come to a still point. Open your arms out to the side. Let both of your knees fall all the way down to the right. Your right hand's going to come on top of that left thigh. You're going to turn your head. You're going to look over that left shoulder. So right now you are in a spinal twist. Mentally travel through that left side of your body. Maybe you feel your breath expanding the space in between each one of your ribs. Release your right hand. Keep your thighs glued together if you can. And then inhale your knees back to center. And as you exhale, both of those knees fall down to the left. Your head turns to the right. And then your left hand can rest on that right thigh. Release your hand. Inhale your knees back to center. And as you exhale, bring both of your legs up into the air. Take your right leg, cross it over your left. So your knees are on top of each other. And you're going to bend your knees and you're going to hold on to your ankles if you can. Good. Head's on the floor. And now you're going to start to bring those knees a little bit closer in. This is a nice big stretch for your right glute. If you think about, we spent a lot of time doing those curtsies. We did some lunges. It's a lot of glute work. So now you're stretching that glute after it was contracted. And then you're going to release your legs. You're going to bring them back up into the air. Toes to your face. Nice big breath in. As you exhale, reach your fingers toward your toes. Stay here for a moment. Maybe your butt lifts up off the floor a little bit, and you imagine that your tailbone is a very powerful magnet, and your mat is another powerful magnet, and they're being drawn toward each other, creating space in that lumbar spine, that low back. Release your head, release your shoulders. Now your left knee comes over your right. You bend your knees, you hold on to your ankles, and you draw that left knee in toward your chest. Perhaps you explore the difference in sensation between your right glute and your left glute. Is one tighter than the other? Uncross your legs, bring them back up into the air, and hold them up here. Your palms are facing upward. Your feet are pressing up toward the ceiling like they're going to make a footprint on your ceiling. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. So if you have a wall, I'm not going to ask you to do it now, but I know Terry's looking to get her legs up against the wall. If you had a wall, we could be doing this with your legs against the wall, but this is not as effortless, right? There's a little bit of effort in this, but it's still incredibly beneficial for your legs, right? You're reversing the flow of blood in your legs. You're giving your legs a little bit of a break. They're not holding up your body. This is good for varicose veins. And then slowly lower your right leg all the way down to the floor. And your left leg's going to come down to meet it. You're going to take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, sweep your arms up over your head. Spread those fingers nice and wide again. They look like the rays of the sun. You're reaching back with your hands. Point your toes down toward your mat. Stretch your whole body. Take a nice big breath in and hold this breath. And then exhale, your arms come to your side, palms facing upward. And you begin to think again about taking your thumb, representing your fire element, and drawing it toward either your index finger, your air element, or drawing it toward your middle finger, your ether or space element, your ring finger, your earth element, or your pinky finger, your water element. And perhaps you want to change the positioning of your fingers. If you're firing up that air element, bringing that prana, that life force through your body, maybe now you switch to that middle finger, creating some space somewhere. Or maybe as you lie on the ground, you feel connected to the earth, you feel grounded, you feel stable. Or maybe you want to help the circulation of that blood through your body by touching your pinky, your water element. Slowly start to travel gradually through whatever movements your body needs to travel through to come back to sit. And once you are seated, bring your hands together at your heart center. We'll seal our practice this afternoon by chanting one Om together. So if you're going to join me, take a nice big breath in. Namaste.